everyone, welcome back to the second channel. Today I'm doing a video that I should have done months ago, but I was just so busy with so many other things. And so yeah, there's just some stuff that I've been saving to react to for the past few months. So a lot of this you're like, what, that already came out, you didn't react to it, because I was saving it for this. And yeah, the video will be timestamped as always, is just my opinion. Sorry for any background noise or dust particles. I get into it. First off, we're gonna start off with Beyonce's Cuff It Wetter remix. I've heard part of it on social media, but I haven't heard the full thing, so let's get into it.
Baby, make it rain. I pray that this will never end. I feel like falling in love. I'm to fuck something up. I wanna miss it. I need a prescription. I said I'll take for you when our bodies get. Have you ever had fun like this? That way, spaceships fly. To you, see stars. That's who you go for. I'm in the mood to fuck something up. These fools, you said take my love. You Mr. Nasty, clean it up. Where you been, where I been. I need no prescription, can't get no higher. That right, spaceship fly. Nobody on your body, unapologetic. Fuck up the night. That's who you see stars. That's who you elevate. You got me falling in love. The mood on it, no one else. On my body, boy, you got it. Got them drugs while I'm riding. So excited, so excited. I'm a seasoned professional. In your eyes, oh, I know you wanna squeeze it. Don't lie, you wanna deep dive in it, and I know I don't wanna not to something that is high tide. Need and holding back. Stay with it, baby. Keep on coming right there, baby. Keep on busting.
Okay, so my thoughts on that, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just so refreshing to get to hear singers who actually know what they're doing instead of the people out right now. Beyonce's a seasoned professional, like she's saying in the song, you know, absolutely devoured this. And I appreciate the new vocals and just like what she added onto it. It was something that was really refreshing to listen to. I thought it was cool at the beginning, and then you know how everything like kicked in as well. And I think there's like a new part in there. I don't know if like it's from a song that she's sampling or if they just like wrote a new part or whatever. Regardless, it's still pretty cool. So I really like that part, or interpolation, that's probably the correct word. But I thought that that was really cool about it. And yeah, just like serene, just like amazing overall. This is how you do a remix. More artists need to start, you know, actually doing stuff like this. I hate all these lazy remixes now. It's just copy and paste, and you can tell that they just want a #1 and it's not for artistic expression. But with Beyonce, you don't have to worry about that. She's actually going to give you a remix that's worth listening to, you see. So I really enjoyed this, you know. I heard some parts off of TikTok and I was kind of worried, like basically, dang, like I already heard the whole thing. Part of me was like, what's the point of even listening to this on video? But I'm glad I did it anyways, and I'm glad that you guys get to see, you know, my reaction to it, and loved it. One of my favorite songs that has been put out for this past year. Beyonce's just always a gift. Beyonce's always a gift, and we really do love to see it. You know, that's why I'm wearing my Beyonce attire today. Definitely had to do it. But what a moment. Beyonce, once in a lifetime talent. You guys already know. Definitely ate that up. Next up, really quickly, I want to talk about the Do I performance. God, I wrote down all these notes months ago. It feels like this happened eons ago. But that was such a great performance. I really loved what she was doing whenever she was doing, you know, those little riffs in Countdown. And just like the way that she like broke those apart and all that stuff, like it was still interesting to listen to. Like her musicality is just truly amazing. She never gets enough credit for that, so I really like that. I like the moment with Blue Ivy that I saw on social media. I think I saw a Beautiful Liar moment on social media, which I thought was cool because she hasn't performed that song in a bit, if I remember correctly. And then of course we have to talk about the Drunk in Love moment. What she did with that, your faves, could never even think about doing a quarter of what Beyonce does. Let's take a moment for that. Let's take a moment for that, because what she did with all those like riffs and runs and all that, it was just so pleasant to listen to, so powerful, just the way it soared over everything. The outfit that she wore was stunning and everything like that. I wish I could even put the footage in this video, but all that footage been taken down from social media, and yeah, I'm not trying to get copyrighted or my channel taken down or anything. I don't play about that. I'll have pictures of the outfits and stuff obviously on the screen all the way throughout whenever I'm talking about this moment, but let's just say we were blessed. You know, I wish we had audio recording recording of that entire thing. I really wish that we did. And, you know, there's cameras filming, so people think that maybe it's something that's going to be put on Netflix or something. I don't know, because apparently we still didn't get the formation tour DVD. I don't know about that. And then people were saying something about maybe Beyonce apparently broke her foot or something like that. And then people were saying like, oh, maybe she got knee surgery. So I hope that she's good. Like, regardless, like, you know, just want to see her win and everything. So yeah, the Dubai performance was like one of the highlights. And anybody that's not giving Beyonce her credit as a vocalist is incredibly unserious. Like, can we just be for real for a minute? Like, let's be for real. And then next up, I wanted to say that I literally got Beyonce tickets. I got Beyonce tickets. I didn't get in the pre-sale because I don't know why, but I'm having really bad luck getting the pre-sales for all these artists recently. I didn't get into the SZA pre-sale, didn't get into the Taylor one, didn't get Beyonce, like all these artists, you know, that I'm really enjoying, I've not been able to get into the pre-sale. Basically what happened is, you know, I tried, you know, to get in there, everything wasn't working, and then I was able to get 2 tickets for me and my sister, and then one day I went, so they had a floor seat. So like any, you know, big Beyonce fan would do, I went and I bought the floor seat. And what about it? Like, my sister's gonna be going with her friend, so now her friend gets to go see Beyonce. You're welcome, a once in a lifetime opportunity, and now I'm gonna be in the floor. See, what did Hilary Duff say? This is what dreams are made of. I've never seen Beyonce live. I've never had the opportunity to see her live, you know. I've always been a fan of her, of course, but everything finally aligned for me in a way to where I'm able to see her. And on the floor, mind you. With a Beyonce, with Janet particularly, you have to get seats as close as you can because they're going to be hitting the choreography and stuff. And so the other seats we got, they're like in the 200 section. And they seem good like on the map. Like, I'm sure it'll be a good view and everything. But I definitely had to get the best seats that I possibly could. And when I saw that floor ticket for the price that it was, you know, you don't see floor tickets like that. You don't. I said, not everyone gets this opportunity. I did take that floor ticket. I did. So yeah, now my sister's friend gets to see Beyonce. I get to see her on the floor. Like, a win is a win. Not wait for September to get here. That's what I'll say. But my first time seeing Beyonce, like, some people, I think you just have to see live because it's like they're a 1 in a billion talent, like a once in a lifetime kind of moment. Beyonce is one of those people. So I already knew when she was going on tour. I already started saving up for it. I was like, I will be attending this tour. Like, it is what it is. And so I'm pleased to have the floor seat. I am. And you guys already know I'm going to be doing a concert review for her like I have done in the past. You know, I'll be sharing some footage and stuff like that. You know, all the stuff that I've been doing for the previous concert reviews. But yeah, I'm very, very excited. So that'll definitely be a good moment. And I'm just thinking about it, but I'm going to see Mariah Pride. So that's about to slay. I just got, you know, some tickets. So I'm very excited to go do that. It'll be like my first time ever seeing Mariah live. And you guys know that Mariah is my favorite artist of all time. I read so hard for her. And, you know, she just helped me so much with like her music and stuff. And just in so many ways. And one day I'm going to make a video about how I even got into her music in the first place. And like what I've learned from her discography and stuff. Because it's a lot. But yeah, it's just been such a big thing for me, you know, and I met so many people because of their love for Mariah as well. And so to finally have the opportunity to see Mariah live, like, again, this is what dreams are made of. Like, I'm so thrilled to have this moment. I wonder what song she's gonna do and all that kind of stuff, but I cannot wait to see Mariah live. Like, Mariah, like, you guys know, she's like my favorite ever and will always be. So the fact that I get to see Beyonce, Mariah, and Janet in 1 year, who's doing it like me? Who's doing it like me? I'm seeing Flo later this month. I got Anita Baker. Like, I told you guys this was going to be the year of the concert, and I was not joking around. I was not joking around. You know, I'm doing well. Is my bank account? No, but we can deal with that later. Because sometimes you just need to take the opportunity to see the greats. So I'm very, very excited for everything that's coming up. So that's definitely something that's cool. Next up, I am finally going to be reacting to the music video for SZA's song, Kill Bill.
I wish it didn't have to be this way. Sometimes in life, we have to protect our own heart. Au revoir, mon amour.
thoughts on that. I loved it. I feel like it really matched the concept of the song well and everything. Definitely wasn't expecting it to start how it did. It caught me off guard, you know, kind of how like the part in Shirt did a little bit. But, you know, I like when stuff catches me off guard in a way that I don't expect, you know, so I could appreciate it. Other than that was cool. And then I really loved the way that it progressed, you know, like the outfits that she was wearing and like taking out the sword, and then the scene of like killing the ex, and then she changed her outfit again. Like she changed her outfit multiple times, like the cartoon thing. I liked that there was so many different sets and like outfits and stuff. Like all the aesthetics were really on point. You know, I already really love the song as well, so I feel like it really matches the theme of the song. I just thought it was really cool. So, you know, this is something I've been waiting to watch for a bit. You know, I did see some stills on social media and such, but to be able to see the entire thing, I'm really happy about it. So I thought it was a great video. I really like her color palettes in music videos and like her aesthetics and just like the way things are filmed. I think, you know, there's a certain intention that she goes into her videos with like color palettes and stuff, you know, that I'm just like now picking up on. So I thought that that was really cool. So I appreciated that part about it. And then I thought it was cool how it like went into Seek and Destroy. So part of me is like, okay, maybe that's the next video or whatever. But then I'm like, whenever I saw her in concert, she teased that Low was coming soon. So I'm just like, maybe she's gonna put those together. I don't know. Like, that's something that's really interesting. I don't know what's going on in terms of that, so that's definitely something I want to keep in mind there. But absolutely brilliant. You know, I really love all the looks, and, you know, seeing her in concert was great. I'm gonna have her on the screen right here to where you can go to, because I know by the time I have uploaded this, I'm going to upload my concert review first. I have like 2 or 3 videos I have to put out before this one, but I will make sure that my concert review is out first if you guys haven't seen it. But yeah, seeing her perform the song live and just the concert in general was great. So yeah, I really enjoy SZA as an artist. Great video, couldn't really ask for more. Just really delivered on all fronts. Really liked everything about it. You know, the text, the aesthetics, everything was there for me. Really quickly, I wanted to talk about how I think it's really cool that SZA's album was #1 for like 11 or 12 weeks or something like that. The way that it dominated on the Billboard 200 is amazing. You know, I know I already talked about this kind of like in the space that I did on her, but wow, like it's the first R&B album to do that in a bit, and I'm just really happy to see her success, and I'm glad that she proved the label wrong and everything. I hope that, you know, her next album, whenever she is ready to release it, she doesn't feel such, you know, like restriction from the label and she can just do what she wants. She's really earned it, and the tour is doing well, so I'm happy for her in that moment. Big deal. You know, I love, you know, seeing all that stuff happen for her, and it's really deserved because it's a great album, so I love that. Next up, I'm gonna react to the music video for Lavender Haze by Taylor Swift.
Meet me at midnight. Staring at the ceiling with you. Really beating too high. Melancholia. I've been under scrutiny. Yeah, oh yeah. You handle it beautifully. I feel the lavender haze creeping up on me. Damned if I do give a damn what people say. The 1950 shit they want from me. Wanna say that lavender haze. Keep asking me as if I'm gonna be your bride. I find it dizzying, bringing up my history, but you weren't even listening. I feel the lavender haze creeping up on me. 1950 shit they want from me. Wanna say that lavender haze. Talk you talking, go viral. I just need this love spiral. Get it off my desk. Lavender haze creeping up on me. Damned if I do give a damn what people say. 1950 shit they want from me. Wanna say that lavender haze. Get it off my desk. Wanna say that lavender haze.
Thoughts on this video overall, it was cool. I really like the aesthetics. I like all the purple that's going around on there. You know, I like that there's a black man in the video. You know, these are things that I can like really appreciate. Generally, I like it for what it is. You know, whenever it's the scene of her like, you know, in the water or whatever, and then it's like going to those other scenes and cutting in between, I wish it would have just been like the water scene and then it would have transitioned to other things, flipping back and forth between it. Like, I just felt like it was too busy at that part, you know, like just have like one part and then do the next part. It just didn't gel well for me. And then at the ending part, whenever it was that entire thing where like the walls are pushed down and it's like that fish, like what was that? Like what was that in terms of the art direction? Like what were we, you know, I don't get it. It's not my jam. But everything else I thought was great. I really appreciated the aesthetics of it. Again, you know, I think that there were some cool shots and moments. I think that it works nicely with the song for the most part. A few little things, you know, that are my favorite, but overall I liked it. And I really liked the song as well. So that's what I'll say in regards to that. And then really quickly, I did listen to the acoustic version of the song that's available on Spotify. Really like it as well. I like when she does acoustic versions of her songs. I remember really liking that version of Willow, and you know, I thought that the Anti-Hero one was cool. So I think that this might be like one of my favorite acoustic versions of the song that she's done so far. So I love the acoustic version of the song as well. So I wanted to throw that in because that did come out recently. I have heard it. And yeah, Taylor's one of my favorite artists, so I will say that. Really enjoy the song. Next up, I'm going to be listening to the Hide and Seek remix by Flo and Stormzy, and let's get into it.
Oh girl, you're shining, know you're my diamond, and your soul needs aligning, peeking and hiding.
What's it gonna be? What we gonna do? Here we go again. This ain't nothing new. This ain't something you felt, it's how you feel. Don't let it fall.
Know you're my diamond, you need reminding, it's me you confiding. If I leave this up to you, lose all that we knew. We don't even really know where we are. Those touch and go, you touch and go. You came just to make me feel. So can you find a way? You'll be okay. Know you're my diamond, this moment of timing. Me you confiding, peeking and hiding.
Okay, so my thoughts on this overall, I feel like it's something that got better as it went on, you know, like at the beginning, you know, with like the rapping wasn't really my thing. I think Stormzy is not really my kind of artist, you know, no shade in terms of that, but I think as like the singing like happened more from Flo and everything, I was getting more into it, so maybe it's something that can grow on me over time. But of course, you know, I really enjoyed what they contributed with the vocals and layering and harmonies like they always do, so I can appreciate for what it is. Like I said, I am seeing them later this month, so really excited for that for sure. I'll do a little review on here whenever that happens. Next up, I want to talk about Abbott Elementary, you know, kind of what's happening there, my thoughts on it. If you do not want spoilers, skip over this part, there will be spoilers. But yeah, so I remember, you know, like in the past few weeks that Janine did break up with Maurice, and you know, that kiss with Gregory happened, which is a big moment in the show, and now it's kind of, you know, like tension between them or whatever. It's like interesting in that, and you know, seeing how that develops and everything, because they're trying to just like push away and like, oh, we can just be co-workers. So I'm excited to see how that develops. We need to get together like at the end of the season or next season. Like, I'm so tired of the slow burn, like let's be serious. And then, you know, there's that entire episode with, you know, her sister in that entire rift, and you know, them trying to repair their bond there. And then there's that recent episode that just happened whenever Gregory got Teacher of the Year, which was a funny episode as well. And yeah, there's like other episodes that happen in between that I'm sure that I'm forgetting. But yeah, really funny as always, really enjoying the show and seeing how they flesh out these characters and develop them. And it was interesting hearing it at Paley Fest, because we got to see like part of the new episode before it aired, and talking about, you know, what the show means to them and like the casting and stuff like that. So we went to go do that, and that was like at the beginning of this month, you know, because I'm filming this in April. It was a cool moment and things. And yeah, it was like my third time to Paley Fest or anything. I didn't really record anything, I just had like a picture that I took from it and stuff. But yeah, we got good seats, my sister and I, so it was a cool moment. I really enjoyed the show so far, it deserves all of its things, I'll say that. And really quickly, I want to talk about Grey's Anatomy, because I just realized I forgot to write it down. And so yeah, this show just keeps getting just boring to go on with. I'm glad that Meredith is finally leaving the show, because like I already said, Ellen Pompeo has been checked out for probably at least like 5 seasons, if we're honest. Like, that woman has not cared about the show in a very long time, so it's good that she's leaving. I don't know what they're gonna do with Nick the transplant surgeon, because I was like in the middle of the last episode and then I forgot to finish it, so probably by the time I'm editing this video I'll have finished it. And if so, I'll throw a voiceover at whenever it's appropriate of me talking about, you know, the rest of the episode and stuff, because there's probably stuff that I'm missing. But yeah, now apparently Teddy's gonna be chief of surgery, and it's like, do we really care? No, we don't. Like, they ruined her character. So tired of Owen still being on the show. I read something that said he might leave the show. I don't know if that's true or not, but they definitely need to get him off the show. He's adding nothing. And then the whole thing with Link and Joe, like, again, I'm just really tired of that. Like, why do we have to make everyone who's friends on there together? Like, can we just be serious for a moment? And then Bailey is doing her thing as an attending. You know, I'm happy for her that she stepped down from chief, because it's like they brought her on as chief and then they just made her so unlikable, and I feel like they just had to work really hard to like get her likable again. Still the rift between Winston and Maggie's marriage, so that's like an entire thing going on there, because he wants to switch Vessel Cheese, you know, to save the marriage, and then she doesn't want him to, and they're not talking about it. So that's not necessarily going well in that respect, so we'll see how they resolve that as well. You have the entire thing with the interns happening and just like sharing their personal experiences. The intern stories are kind of interesting, you know, I see what they're trying to do. They're just trying to have them be a rip-up version of, you know, the ones that they started off with. Like, that's kind of like what it's giving to me. Yeah, I'll take it, you know, something interesting, but also like one of them is like 40 playing an intern. Can we actually be serious, like, as a community? Writing on the show isn't the best as well, so yeah, I think I'm probably like 2 episodes behind by the time I'm recording this. But I'm gonna make it my mission to finish those, and then I'm going to put a voiceover crossover in the next part, and then I will give updated thoughts if there is any. Okay, so I think there's been 20 episodes this season. I just checked, and I'm about to watch episode 13, so like I'm still behind on it. I'll catch up to it eventually. I'll probably talk about it in my next video on here. But yeah, like a couple of things. I thought Addison was gonna die because I saw this clip of her on social media like getting hit by a car, but you know, she lived. It was just something with the shoulder, so I was like, okay. And then it's also an entire thing of like Griffith and Adams getting together, and this is just like whatever, like it is what it is. But I'm just so irritated because I hate whenever they put two people together only to break them apart, because like her ex-fiance came back in and now they're gonna get married, and it's obviously she doesn't care about him, but it's like, why are you marrying him? It's just like annoying, like all this stuff. I get it's a plot device, it's just like very tired to me. And so yeah, I think the interns are definitely making the show like more bearable to watch. Like I find myself enjoying it more than I did last season. Obviously now it's never going to, you know, reach what it was like at its peak, but you know, I'll take it for what it is. And then there was one episode about a clinic happening and protesters outside of that, and there was like plots there and stuff. So yeah, there was like a couple of moments there. So like I'll watch the season, I'll finish it. Usually I don't get this behind. Usually get like 2 or 3 episodes behind. I go back and catch up on everything. But yeah, I'm just behind on like all of my shows, and now behind on everything, honestly. I'll come back to it, but those are a couple little things I wanted to say. Next thing that I wanted to say that's really cool is that my TikTok got posted on Instagram by 2 Lamb accounts, and it was also reposted on TikTok as well. And so this is something that is very cool to me, because you know, as someone who makes videos and stuff, it's really cool to see my videos reach different markets. If someone retweets me on Twitter or something, whenever I made the TikTok of my video and then someone reposted that on Twitter, just to see myself, you know, going on all these different platforms and stuff like that, it's just really cool. So, you know, to see myself reposted on Instagram, this is something that's never happened for me before. I was like, wow, you know, what a great moment. And it was the clip whenever I was kind of talking about like there's never going to be another Mariah and stuff like that, which I thought was cool. And then one of my TikToks was reposted whenever I was saying like a lot of her fans, you know, are just so hard on her and they're not really her fans and stuff like that. Like just say that, you know, like that was reposted as well. And so, you know, to have those moments and for me to cross over on all these platforms is really important. And you know, the entire thing of cross promotion is very important to me in general. And so that's why recently I have actually been reposting my TikToks onto Twitter. Sometimes you can't really put everything that you want to say in a tweet. So by doing that, you know, I'm promoting both platforms and stuff like that. People are getting to see a different side of me. And if people like that, and they can follow me on TikTok, and they can also subscribe to the channel. So it's really a good way to really cross-reference and cross-promote everything that I'm really doing. I'm not big on my Instagram. I reference it. You know, I have one if you want to follow me, but I don't really post it often. It's mainly my Twitter, my TikTok, and then I would also say my YouTube. Like those are the 3 that like I consistently use, and I really cross-promote those off of each other. But yeah, to see my stuff reposted in that way, to see people enjoying it and stuff is cool, because my entire goal is to cross over, to get my videos out to as many people as possible. Obviously not everyone's gonna like what I do, but that's fine. I just want more people to be able to find me, and the best way to do that is make it easier for them to do, because I'm sure there's a lot of people who didn't know anything about me before they saw me on TikTok or before they saw me on Instagram. So it's really important to get it out and stuff like that to the people who you know are going to enjoy it. That's definitely something that's big for me, something that I really appreciated. I talked with one of the accounts, you know, very nice and stuff, and you know, very supportive and everything, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate when people give me nice comments like, hey, I enjoy your videos, I enjoy what you're doing. But there's been people who told me like, oh, you should do a podcast, and it's like, literally, what am I going to talk about? Because 90% of the stuff I want to talk about, that's on the main channel. If I don't get around to it on the main channel, you know, the album reactions and reviews and stuff like that, or whatever I'm doing, then I get around to it on here. So if I already do most of the stuff I want on here or whatever, then it's like, what am I going to talk about? You know, maybe there are some topics that I don't, you know, give my opinion on publicly or like whatever it is, just because, you know, a certain way I want to run my channel on that I could do, like if I had a Patreon or something, if I ever do make one, you know, that's definitely something that I could be interested on. But like as it stands, I can't really see myself, you know, doing one. If anything, I think of the Twitter Spaces kind of like as a podcast and everything, because I'm not, you know, technically in the videos and stuff like that, and I really enjoy posting those. So, you know, that's some food for thought in terms of that. But people have told me that multiple times over, and it's like most of the topics I'm already going to get to them on either of these channels. So yeah, maybe if I get a Patreon one day, that is definitely something that I would start, because there's creators I'm like subscribed to, like Asshole by Candy. She has like a podcast kind of moment, and I really like those. But yeah, it's just about finding the right topics, I guess. But yeah, I'm really appreciative of that moment. I thought it was really cool to, you know, see myself cross over in that way. So I wanted to add that. Next thing that I wanted to say is I've been having a ball on Twitter Spaces recently. I've been on a lot of them, you know, just talking with friends and stuff like that. You know, my mutual Michaela has done some spaces for Mariah and her albums and everything. And in January, that's actually whenever we wrapped up Mariah. And then I was on a space for Beyonce, which is something that I suggested. I suggested some Aaliyah spaces that we did. We're gonna do Brandy soon, Destiny's Child, like more stuff is coming up, and I really like being on the spaces that she hosts. Like I think it's fun to be a speaker on someone else's space, you know, because it's just a different vibe. But I also like hosting my own spaces because it's just differently differently, you know, like when I'm in control of it, just getting the information organized and stuff. And I really like being a host for the spaces and stuff like that. So I'm really thankful to Michaela because she's the one who, you know, made it a safe environment for me to feel comfortable speaking in a space, because I was so nervous at first. But now I'm really getting into my groove. I host a space like at least once a month on my Twitter account. I re-upload it onto the YouTube channel. Getting to meet all these different people is fun and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm going to be doing some more this month. They'll probably have been announced already by the time that I'm making this video. But if you ever want to be aware of what's happening on Twitter Spaces, then definitely follow my account. It's at the Anastasia25. It'll be linked down below in the description, of course. And yeah, we've had some pretty amazing moments. The Mariah space that I hosted was amazing. I'm going to talk about that more in next month's video, because that's going to be where I recap February and March, like the videos I made then. Definitely stay tuned for that, because there's so much that I have to say about that moment, which is amazing. And thank you so much to everyone who promoted and all that stuff. There's so many people to thank, and I don't get the turnout that I get without people rolling up their sleeves, doing the hard work and everything, and just really showing up for me. I cannot say how much I appreciate that. And that is something that I think is important. You know, it's not just me, it's everyone who's interested and who shares it and stuff, and that's a big thing that I want to have. And I just really appreciate everyone in that moment. And so yeah, the spaces for me have been a ball. I've been on them a lot, which is why I haven't been, you know, as active recording videos, or why stuff is like come out later, because I'm just having so much fun, you know, doing discussions and stuff like that. And yeah, I can't wait to host more spaces. I have a bunch of ideas of stuff I want to do, and it's just really fun for me to plan, and they're really easy to throw up, and yeah, I'm really excited to do more. And now it's time for me to recap the videos that I made in December and in January on this channel and on my main channel as well. And wow, I made so many videos since the last one, it's unbelievable. But I'm gonna cover those 2 months, and then in the next video on here, like I said, I will be doing February and March. So the first one up to talk about is whenever I did the video on Paul McCartney growing up and falling down, Summer 59, and Right Away reactions. Took me around 31 minutes and 35 seconds to edit. And so apparently I just thought like one of these songs was coming out, and then I realized that there was 2 other ones. Went back, recorded those, put it out. I think it got like 100 views, somewhere around there. Didn't perform too badly for me, really easy to put out and everything. It was good for me. Next up is going to be the Revisit With Me on Frank Ocean's Channel Orange album. So the Frank Ocean Revisit With Me took around 3 hours and 15 minutes to edit. Now this was one of the ones along with the Rina Sawayama video, and I think it was the Ariana Grande thing that I was like thinking of doing like at a certain time, and then I just kind of like went with which one I wanted to do at the moment. So this is something I'd wanted to do for a bit, right? And so basically what happened is, you know, I recorded this video apparently on November 28th, and the reason why there's no disclaimers at the beginning of this video is because I kept squinting and I just didn't like how it looked. Didn't want you guys to see me like that, so I edited those out. If you guys notice, I've kind of been testing with not doing disclaimers at the beginning of my videos at all. So normally a lot of times when people watch my videos, they watch a lot of other reaction videos from various creators as well. Usually, you know, the drill and stuff about, you know, me having to cut out a lot of parts due to copyright and stuff like that. I get tired of doing them and editing and stuff like that. I've done them in so many of my videos, so I hope that you would have seen one of my previous videos of me doing them and something like that. Sometimes I do them, but I'm kind of enjoying not doing them, just getting straight into the point. So that's like something I've been like messing around with and kind of like testing throughout the videos and stuff like that. So that was probably the precursor of it, and I was thinking about dropping it for a while. And so yeah, it's probably like mainly dropped for the most part. Maybe I'll do it occasionally depending on the artist and stuff like that, but that was kind of like the precursor for that moment. I remember I stayed up all night to edit this video. I was like, I have to get this done and everything, finished everything. And then the Spotify Wrapped like thing came out like a day before I had like anticipated. So I was like, you know, let me hold on to this. I did the Spotify Wrapped thing and then I put this out. But overall, something that did decently for me. I think it was like 70 views that this has gotten, something like that, so I'm happy with it. The next video that I did was my reaction to Aretha Franklin's Let Me In Your Life album. It took me around 3 hours and 45 minutes to edit. This was the beginning of me trying a new editing technique where basically, let's say I react to a song, okay, I watch over that part, edit it, and then instead of finishing the rest of the video and like going back over and seeing it, I would just listen back to it again, make sure that everything's good and everything, and then I would move on to the next song, and then like I said, you watch that specific part of it. And cutting up the video in like this many chunks, it's just a lot easier for me. I have a really short attention span. Again, I don't know how this works, and I'm able to sit down here for hours, record videos and stuff like that, but it's a pain for me to edit. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, I just realized whenever I edit the entire video, I try to watch it back and just like make all those little things. There's a lot of stuff that I miss, you know, my attention span is just like not where it needs to be at and stuff like that. And so like there's just so much to do with the videos before you guys even see them. That's why I like doing these like little recap moments and such. So basically I was just like, if I cut it up a lot more, it'll help me with that. And I'm really happy with this system. I tend not to make nearly as many mistakes. I feel a lot more confident in uploading it and not having to re-upload because I made little mistakes I didn't notice. So I'm really happy with the system. Wish I would have adopted it a lot sooner, but this is definitely something I'm really happy with. And this is an idea that I kind of like floated around, you know, but it was this video where I was like, no, I'm actually gonna do it and let's see how it turns out. So this one got 122 views for me. I'm very thankful for that as well. Next up is going to be my reaction to a Paramore song called The News. Took me around an hour and 19 minutes to edit. And this is one of the worst times I've had editing a video. It's just really miserable. Whenever you're listening to a song and you have the music video as well, it can really be a challenge to make sure that you're lining up the audio that you are hearing with the music video. And like I said, you have to make sure that you mute the music video and stuff like that, and you have to make sure that you're consciously like lining it up, because you don't want to hear them say a word and it's not lining up with the video. So you have to be very specific about that. Sometimes it's been really easy for me to just edit it and go and it's not that much. Sometimes it's extremely hard to line up, or like I think I have it lined up and then it's like at a certain part I don't. This is one of those times where it was very hard for me to line it up, and it's incredibly frustrating. And that's probably why it took me like 2 or 3 times the amount of time that it should have to edit it. It should not have been that hard because it's like a 3-minute song or something like that, but because it took me forever to try to line everything up, and even then I still don't think I did it perfect, but I did the best that I could because of that situation. It was very, very frustrating that happened, but it kind of like is what it is in that regard. Also, another thing for me is like the crop of the video was weird because I screen record it and then I have to like crop it to a certain degree, and so that wasn't like looking the best. I don't know, it's just really challenging to edit, one of my more challenging edits in terms of just like a little quick video, whatever, but kind of is what it is in that regard. This one got 351 views, so very thankful for that overall. The next video that I did was my reaction to SZA's SOS album. This took me 6 hours, 28 minutes, and 50 seconds. And this was just a doozy to edit because there's 23 songs in this album. Yes, I did skip the Travis Scott one, but yeah, that's still like a lot of material to go through. Just edit it, have all those thoughts whenever editing this video. I feel like how artists feel whenever they turn in an album. There's just so much material, you know, slicing and dicing, trying to find the best parts and trying to have everything in there, and all the pictures and stuff like that, and voiceovers that I added to this moment, and it's like a 50-minute video overall. So it was just, you know, intricate affair and stuff like that, and it took me a second to get the thumbnail after I was done, you know, editing the video and such. Like that was an entire thing. And overall, this got like over 1,000 views for me. Very thankful for the reception in terms of that. The comments really got on my nerves on this because I specifically said I'm not listening to that Travis Scott song because of the Astroworld thing. I said it like 3 times. So people asking in the comments, why didn't you listen to it? Like I didn't address in the video 3 times. Like, let's be serious, because you already know why I'm not listening to the song. That's my personal choice, talking about, oh, you must listen to the album as the artist intended. No, I don't have to. Like, that's not my choice. Like, I do not have to do that. And that was, you know, how I felt in that moment. And all those comments, it was just getting very annoying. The like ratio on that is way worse than it should be. And that's annoying because it doesn't get recommended to people in the algorithm as much as it should because of all that. I'm talking about, oh, I hate reactors like you and da-da-da-da. And that's the first time I've ever done that. And I don't regret doing it. Like, go and like feel a way about it. Like, I do not care. It's my channel. I'm gonna listen to what I want to listen to. And overall, it's like not the big of a deal. Like, and like people said, after the fact that I finally heard the song and everything, because the solo version, obviously, she should have had him on the Low song. Like, you know, from what I know about the Low song and everything, that would have made a lot more sense. And I can appreciate Low, but like I said, it doesn't stand my rotation because he's on that song. And now I have to wait for whenever she releases the deluxe version of the album, which who knows when that's coming. Who knows, because she's been teasing it since the album dropped, and the album dropped in December, and it's April and I still don't have a deluxe. I'm worried because for Control, she was talking in 2018 about the deluxe. We didn't get the deluxe till 2022. That's 4 years. 4 years of waiting for deluxe. So I'm scared. I'm scared. You know, the vinyl just came out. I will say that. I did cop the vinyl because you have to. I wish that was a colored pressing. If there is a color pressing that comes out, I'll buy it again. I really don't mind. Some albums I do have duplicates of my collection, like it is what it is. I still love the album. The reaction was something that's fun to do. The comments are annoying, but it is what it is in terms of it. You know, you just understand the territory as you keep doing more videos. You get negative comments, you move on. It is what it is. I still have my opinion, whatever. Next up is going to be whenever I reacted to Lil Sims' brand new album called No Thank You. And this is something that took me 4 hours and 44 minutes to edit. And so this is something where I was the first person to upload a reaction of this. A lot of people didn't even know she was releasing an album because it was something that came on like a Monday. Nobody releases album on Monday, so you know, nobody was expecting it, but I happen to know because, you know, I follow her on social media and stuff and people were talking about it. So I was like, okay, I have to listen to this album. Really love the album for the most part and everything. Of course, you guys can check out my reaction on the channel. And so yeah, it was cool to have like that distinction and stuff like that, and that's why I always make videos and like all my interests and stuff, because I can make videos and think like, oh, I'm sure a bunch of people made a video on this, but sometimes people don't. Like when I made my Velvet Rope video on, you know, the new tracks for the anniversary, I'm pretty sure I was like the only one who made a video on that, and I might have been first to it. There might have been like 2 other people after me, but yeah, sometimes you think a lot of people are going to be interested in something and it's just a few people because it's like such a niche topic or whatever. Seemingly like all the people interested in that, the traffic is going to go to your channel. So that was something that was really cool about it in that respect, and I'm happy with how it turned out, the thumbnail and everything. It was a good album, you know, really enjoyed it. One of my favorite albums of last year, my rap album of last year, and so I'm thrilled with it. It got over 1,000 views, so that's very cool. Next up, I did my favorite songs of the year. It took me around 2 hours, 34 minutes, and 32 seconds to edit, and this is something that I edited over 2 days apparently, and this is something that was really frustrating to edit because my Wi-Fi was like on and off, and it was just like really annoying for me to deal with because it would like upload and then the Wi-Fi would like mess up, and then like it would just take way longer to upload because my Wi-Fi was like very finicky, so it was like very annoying to like deal with it in that respect. So that's something that was like really frustrating. frustrating to me. It says the video got 119 views for me, which is decent. Next up is going to be my favorite albums of 2022. Took me around 4 hours, 8 minutes, 17 seconds to edit. I did this over 2 days and I put it out as fast as I could. My Wi-Fi was finally back, and now that I'm thinking about it, I think this is the one that I wanted to have out on a certain day and it wasn't able to come out till later because I just had like more to edit than, you know, I thought and everything. I think I might have only done one take on this video specifically because I think I had multiple videos that I was possibly like recording that day and I think I didn't have time for multiple takes. Or maybe I did multiple takes and I don't remember. Usually I write these things down, but I don't have anything written down, so I have to go off of my memory, which is finicky. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. It turned out a lot better than I was expecting because a lot of times I go and I write stuff down, I think this is how I want to say it until I start recording, and then a lot of things just come to me spontaneously and like, oh, let me change this and whatever, and that's why I do multiple takes. Other sit down videos besides these, because these videos are like 2 hours a lot of times and I don't have energy to reshoot them twice at this point. I'm just gonna do it once. If I mess it up, it is what it is. But yeah, for the main channel, for my talking videos, those are the ones I reshoot, obviously. Usually at least twice, sometimes I only do one take. But yeah, this is something where I was happy with how it turned out. I was happy with how the thumbnail turned out, really getting to talk to these albums and stuff like that. And it was an entire thing of, I didn't have 10 albums because there wasn't 10 albums that I wanted to put on the list. Like, I listened to other albums, I listened to some of Lizzo's album, couldn't get through it because I didn't like it. Like, there was some other stuff that I genuinely tried that I just didn't like. So at the end, I only ended up with 9 albums for that respective year. So 2022 was a great year for music, but 2020 might be better because I think I had, you know, just more albums that I liked overall that I listened to. And I listened to a fair amount of albums throughout the year, at least like I try to. And of course I have my taste, but I try to push myself out and listen to stuff, and some stuff just wasn't really hitting with me. But overall, I'm happy with how the video turned out. Overall, this video got 146 views for me, which is decent, and it's a really long video, like 44 minutes and stuff, and talking about the albums and the EPs. It was something that's good, and I think moving forward, that's probably what I'm going to do. And it was just nice to have that moment of not only talking about the albums, but having the EP moments and stuff like that, because there's a lot of EPs that I really enjoyed last year. Next up is going to be whenever I uploaded my reaction to Destiny's Child 8 Days of Christmas, the deluxe version. It took me around 3 hours, 41 minutes and 30 seconds to edit this entire video. I uploaded this thrice due to copyright issues, and I recorded this like a week before I posted it. And the challenge of this video was getting the sequencing right of it, because basically whenever I listened to this album, I listened to the standard version of the album, and then I realized there was deluxe. And the entire thing is, whenever they did deluxe albums, they rearrange the track list, so then I have to go through and move around certain songs to certain parts, and it was like the most frustrating it's ever been for me to rearrange a video and get everything right. So it was very hard. Certain parts where I was like, okay, I think I have it now, and then it'd be like, no, this is the wrong song, and just constantly having to work on it. But overall, I'm happy with how it turned out. This is something that I like looked forward to listening to. So I'm glad I was able to listen to it for this holiday season, and it was something that I really enjoyed. This got 121 views for me, so I'm happy with it. Next up is whenever I did my reviews with me on Mariah Carey's Merry Christmas album. It took me around 6 hours, 45 minutes, and 5 seconds to edit this thing. And apparently I uploaded it 5 times, and the first 4 times I got copyright and stuff. And I forget why I had to re-upload it the last time, but I'm sure that I probably had a reason for it and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a lot of times to really work on a video. And this is something that I was really thrilled to do. I really like doing these reviews with me in general, but especially on the Mariah album, just because I feel like I've grown so much from when I put these original videos out, just in terms of like my presence and my thoughts and stuff like that. And you know, my thoughts on the album have definitely developed. And so Mariah's the queen of Christmas, so I definitely had to do something for her for the Christmas time. And so to have that moment was really cool. And I love doing the Joy to the World live moment, and just, you know, I was feeling really festive. You know, it was a good moment, so I was really happy to do that video. I really loved how it turned out. The thumbnail was great for it as well. And yeah, probably my best revisit with me that I've done to date. I know that I've been lacking on the revisit with me. It's just other stuff that keeps coming up that I want to do, like spaces that I am planning, for instance, or just like life and stuff. And it's just like there's always just something I keep prioritizing more over the revisit with me. So I will do them in the future. I want to do like some Fiona Apple. I want to do some Brandy. Like, those are ideas that I'm definitely floating in terms of revisit with me. So more of those will be happening in the future. I'm not completely axing those. It's just other stuff took priority from the moment. So I'm definitely going to be bringing those back. I don't know if it's a situation where I should just like do multiple in a month to make up for the fact that I haven't had one since January. So at this point, I've missed 2 revisit with me. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but more revisit with me will be coming. I definitely will do those again. Just other stuff kind of took over. This video got like 112 views for me. Overall, I'm happy with it, and I love how everything turned out. Also, I forgot to say that I edited this video over 2 days. There was just so much footage to go through and everything. Next up is gonna be my unpopular opinions music edition part 5. Took me around 3 hours, 48 minutes, and 33 seconds to edit. So this was something that I pre-recorded because I thought that I was going to go on vacation. That didn't end up happening due to like weather and stuff like that. And I thought about doing another reaction, but I was like, well, this is going to be a lot easier to edit than the reactions. I always prefer editing a sit-down video to a reaction. The reactions, it's just, I dread editing them. I don't like editing my videos in general, like I said, for the billionth time. I like the creative control, but the actual sitting down and editing them and stuff like that, I wish I didn't have to do that, but it is what it is. But yeah, I just knew it was going to be a far easier edit for me, so I was like, you know, let me do this. And it was something that I had a lot of fun doing overall. And it's something that did well for me in the views overall. My unpopular opinions videos always tend to do well, and you know, it did nicely on TikTok and stuff. People really enjoy them. I like doing them. I'm excited to do my next one. I just checked the views and it got 257 views, which is pretty good, so I'm happy with that overall. Apparently I possibly edited this over 2 days, which is written down. And also the processing took forever on this video. Usually by the time I've uploaded the video and then I make the thumbnail while I'm editing it and stuff like that and done the description, whatever, it's like already processed, but it took forever to process. And I'm pretty sure I like re-uploaded it again just to see if that would fix it, but I think it was already fixed by that time. But it's really frustrating if that does happen to you, because it can really throw off when you're uploading the video and stuff like that, and then just re-uploading it and I have to copy the entire description, all my cards, the end screen, the tags, like just extra work for me to do, and so that was frustrating. The next video is one that I did on this channel, so whenever I talked about my thoughts on Mariah's Christmas special, I gave a Flo and SZA and Little Sims reactions for their music videos. I talked about Janet's tour announcement and much more. It took me around 6 hours, 27 minutes, and 39 seconds to edit. This is something that I edited over 2 days, and I have written down that the first night I did the reaction stuff and the Mariah review, and it was really hard for me to edit that specific video. Again, it was really hard for me to line that up. I specifically remember that part about it, which is something that I've written down. And then the second night I did the rest of the video, and then I uploaded it twice because I had to do a voiceover because I forgot to talk about my all, and I think there was other like little tweaks that I'd make in it. And this is something that was like a longer video for me. Overall, I believe that it did well for me, so I'm thankful for it in that respect. Just so much editing that I do for these videos. So while they're fun to do, I dread the editing of these videos the most because they're definitely the most time consuming out of anything that I do. The more that I make them, and you know, me being gone for a long time or just having a lot of topics, everything really builds up. I remember having that one that was like an hour and 20 something minutes, which is insane. But I really like doing these videos. Generally, there can just be a lot to cover, and just a lot, because I'm squeezing in, like, if you think about it this way, like a month's worth of main channel content into like one video, because all the music videos I'm reacting to and stuff like that, like a lot of times for me that'd be multiple videos. So it's a lot to just have all the information there, but it's something that's cool to do. Next up is whenever I talked about my favorite music that I discovered in 2022. It took me around 4 hours, 30 minutes, 16 seconds to edit. And so this is another video that I had recorded in advance, and I was just so busy with all the videos that I was coming out with at that time. I didn't have time to edit it until it was time for me to post a video, basically. And I stayed up all night editing this thing, and there were so many pictures, you know, so many album covers and stuff for me to sequence in. So, you know, I have to send those over to my computer, I have to label them so I can find them, so that's also something that has to be in there. But I really enjoy doing those videos because, you know, you think like, oh wow, I got into this artist at this point this year, I got into this other artist at this point. Just looking at my whole music discovery for an entire year is something that's really fascinating to me. I really like doing the video overall, like how it turned out is just so much to back in. But, you know, the Aretha section was something I particularly enjoy editing and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was a cool moment. It's just a lot to try to condense and put together. And yeah, one of my favorite videos that I do each year. Looking forward to it this year. And this got 136 views for me, so I'm satisfied with that. And this was actually my last video of the year, and a nice way to close it out. I believe, you know, in 2021, I think it was my last video of that year as well, and I guess I'll have that trend moving forward. But yeah, December is always something that's like a really busy month because I'm trying to recap everything, favorite albums, favorite songs, and you know, that video as well, while also doing the other things. And this December was particularly busy for me in a way that I didn't expect, because I had wanted to do some other reactions to Christmas music, but I just did not have time at all. Like I said, I thought I was going on vacation and stuff like that, so that definitely had like a factor in like what videos I was going to record and stuff like that. And I just had to be realistic. Like, I just had to prioritize what I wanted to do most. It was like, these videos can wait until next year, which I know seems like a really long time, but you know, time flies by so fast and everything, so I was like, I'll get around to these at a certain point. So there's some stuff that I really wanted to do that got put in the back burner, and it was just different because last December was not that busy. It was like, how was I able to do so much Christmas content? And then I was like, oh yeah, I wasn't that busy. You know, I had the SZA album coming out and stuff like that, so there was just like a lot to manage and stuff, so some stuff that I really wanted to happen didn't get done. It's just so important for me every December to finish out the year strong. I feel like it's the culmination of all my hard work and all that, and December just really means a lot to me, and it's very stressful, but I was happy with how everything came together in the end. And so yeah, I'm thrilled with it, and I think that 2022 was a really good year. And at this point, my 2022 recap should probably be up, so you guys can check that out. I'll have it in the cards right here if you guys want to see me talking about that in depth, but it was cool. And now we're finally on to the videos that I did in January. So the first one that I did is albums I'm anticipating in 2023, and this took me around 2 hours, 47 minutes, 55 seconds to edit. How I come up with the idea for this video? Well, it was the first video that I did at the beginning of 2022, and you know, a lot of times starting off with the year, it's kind of like a ghost town in terms of like new releases. Like, you have to wait for it to like pick up and stuff like that. And with all those videos I had to do, and you know, the stress that comes with that, at least for me personally, trying to engage and do everything that I need to do, it can be a lot. So I just wanted something that's like really easy. It's not going to take that much time for me to edit and throw together and splice together. So that's basically how I came up with this idea. Something that I recorded the night before I put it out. I only did one take, and I didn't really get that much sleep the night before. I told myself I was taking a nap apparently, and I kept turning off my alarm. So I just edited the video whenever I woke up, and then I think I put it out the next day, something around there, which is why it's up later than always. Sometimes I upload videos at different times. A lot of times it's like 10 a.m. here, but it depends on like how I'm feeling. Sometimes I just finished editing the video, let me put it out right now. So it's stuff like that. I got 293 views on this video, which is more than I was expecting. Like, I thought like 100 would be nice, and that's always the goal I try to reach or whatever. But to, you know, have it be successful in that way, I was very thankful for it. So thank you guys for supporting that video. It means a lot. I like how it turned out in the end, and I've gotten a few of the albums that I asked for. I'm excited to see what else comes out this this here. Next up is going to be my reaction to Aretha Franklin's Sparkle album. So this took me around 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 18 seconds to edit. And so this is apparently something that I recorded on January 7th. I edited a few songs on January 9th, and then I finished editing it on the night of January 10th. And then it was an entire thing of like my power went out, so like I had to deal with that. But overall, this is something that was really fun to listen to. Probably one of her best projects. A lot of like highlights in terms of the vocals and stuff. So I really enjoyed it overall. This video got 199 views for me. Very happy with that. Happy with the turn on my Aretha videos in general. Like I said, a lot of people just react to, you know, songs from her and that actual album. So by doing that, I'm, you know, capturing a different market and bringing people together, and I'm glad that people are enjoying them. I really love listening to Aretha's music, so everything really works out nicely for me. Next up, I filmed 2 videos in the same day. So the first one that I did was my reaction to Paramore song C'est Comme Ça. It took me around 23 minutes and 37 seconds to edit. This is something that I filmed first. It was an easy edit because it was an entire thing of they didn't do like a music video for it, I believe. So I think it was just the audio, so it's like really easy. And I filmed the intro so many times because I wanted to make sure that I was getting the song title right, and I kept pronouncing it wrong. But really easy for me to do, so I'm happy with that. I like the song. It says that this got 273 views for me, so I'm happy with that. Then the other video that I recorded was my reaction to the brand new Miley single called Flowers. It took me around 31 minutes and 32 seconds to edit. And this is something that was fun and easy to edit once again. I like how the thumbnail turned out. And like I said, a lot of times whenever I record 2 videos in the same day, my process is I usually just film them together. Like if 2 songs really like come out at the same time, I'll just film them together, and then I'll just edit whichever one that I want to do first. I'll put that out usually, and then I will do the other one. Something around there. I think that's like typically like my process and stuff like that, just getting stuff out as soon as possible. And the Flowers video got over 1,000 views for me, so really thankful for that. Great record. Glad to see it doing well in the chart. I typically don't react to 2 albums on the same day. I have done that before. I listened to the extra tracks that Mariah did for the 25th anniversary of Butterfly, and then I listened to Rina Sawayama's album in like the same night. That was insane. And so yeah, usually I kind of space those out. I'll film 1 video one day, go to sleep and whatever, and then I'll do the other the next day, because that's a lot listening to 2 full albums, you know, and all that stuff, and just, you know, trying to keep it. So that's definitely something, but 2 songs really easy to do. Next up was my vinyl haul 3 that I posted on this channel, and so it took me around 1 hour, 1 minute, and 2 seconds to edit. So I filmed this the same day that I filmed the Aretha video, and I edited this the night before that it came out. And so sometimes I do that with videos whenever I get vinyl. Like sometimes I record 2 or 3 videos at the same day because I'm like, well, I'm here, I might as well, you know, just get everything done that I possibly can. That's what I'm doing today. And I've already recorded like a video before this, I believe, and then I have a video that I've recorded after this. So like that's just kind of like how it goes for me. Sometimes I do record multiple things. It depends on how much I have to get done. It's really easy that way. So I think that I did well in the views, so I'm thankful for that. Next up, I posted my reaction to the Boy Genius songs $20, Emily I'm Sorry, and True Blue. And this is something that's easy to do. It took me 55 minutes and 16 seconds to edit. This got 605 views. Wow. It definitely did better than expected. Like I said, being so easy to edit with only a couple songs, kind of no-brainer. Really enjoy the songs and the album as well. My reaction is out now on the channel, so happy with how that did. Next up, I posted my reaction to Coco Jones' The What I Didn't Tell You Deluxe track. It took me around 55 minutes and 12 seconds to edit, so a similar length. And this is something that was easy for me to do once again. And it's got 196 views for me, so I'm happy with that. And something that's interesting, I think I was the first person to post this again, so I'm happy with how this video did. I really like the deluxe songs. And then last up for January, I posted my Revisit With Me on Jaguar by Victoria Monet. So I recorded this video like a Wednesday at 3 a.m., which is a really random time. I was on Space with my friends and I was like, okay, like I have to actually get this video done. And so I recorded it at 3 a.m. Right now I'm recording this video at 4 a.m. So it depends on like what I'm doing, whatever. I record videos at the night. That's just kind of whenever I work best. Like I edit my videos a lot of times at night too because it's quiet and I just feel like I work the best at then. So that's kind of like how I do things. So yeah, it was kind of like, you know, odd in that respect, but I had a lot of fun doing the video. And honestly, I feel like this was like a push forward for me and stuff in terms of like the content of the album, what it's about, reading the blurbs and stuff like that. And I was hesitant on if I was gonna, but I was like, you know what, I'll do it. So you know, that's a push forward for me personally. And so I really like the album, and I thought about just doing a review of the songs and stuff like that, like one of those kind of videos, but it's like, no, let me do a review with me, let me have it some appreciation, like let me give it that moment. So yeah, I remember, you know, editing it on, I believe like a Friday and something like that. I believe it was posted on a Saturday, and something that did well for me in the views, I believe. That's gonna be it for the videos that I made in December and January on my main channel and this channel. Like I said, the next video that I have on here, like the recap situation, I'm going to be talking about February and March, and there's so much to cover in that. It's unbelievable, but I'm really excited to talk about that. It's just a lot to go over, just that, and editing it I already know, so that's why I'm splitting it up. And I just want to say really quickly that I hit 1,000 subscribers on my main channel, and this is a huge deal to me. This is something that I've been working hard for so long. You know, at the end of 2020 is when I started taking my videos seriously again. So from there, 2021 all the way through 2022, so much hard work, so much videos. I appreciate you guys for supporting, for sharing my videos, for giving them a thumbs up, for commenting. Like all that support means everything to me. So to have this moment is like one of the biggest accomplishments I'll have, you know, making videos and stuff. And so the fact that that happened for me, I can't say how much that means. And right now I think I'm at 1095 subscribers, so almost about to hit 1100. And I can't believe that this is happening for me. Like I really can't. hope that you get to certain places, and then whenever you do, it's just something that really blows you away. So I'm really thankful for that moment, of course. Like, this is one of the biggest milestones that I'll ever accomplish, like I said. And I just really can't describe how thankful I am to you guys for supporting and sticking with me. You know, I feel like my videos have gotten better as I keep going, and I know that this is the message that I always give whenever I hit a bunch of milestones, but this one really hit me hard in the best way. So thank you guys so much for your support, and just like seeing that number was really unbelievable to me. It still is, just looking at it like, wow, I've really accomplished something that was a big goal for me, you know? And so it's interesting because I remember hitting that goal, and like I said, I don't celebrate whenever I hit a certain amount of subscribers until I get like 10 over that, because people unsubscribe and stuff, which I think happened to me a few times. But that moment, that was huge, and I just really want to take a moment to realize the weight of that and to thank you guys for your support so much. Something also cool that happened for me is that my Twitter and my TikTok have also hit 1,000 followers. And now this was a really big goal for me, if I'm being honest. You know, this was one of my goals for the year. I was like, I definitely want to hit that and everything. And talking into Twitter spaces more and like meeting new people and stuff, that's like definitely helped me. And you know, making my own tweets and having my own successful tweets has like been a moment and everything. So I'm really thankful that now I can like post a tweet usually and I'll get at least one like. I think that that's cool. So to be able to do that on Twitter is great, because I just really like that, and like meeting a bunch of new amazing people that I talk to every single day. Like, thank you guys, you know, so much for all those who have like support me and, you know, have like retweeted my videos, and like everyone who writes hard for me. Like, I will never forget you. And then my TikTok has been really good. I was really good at posting consistently at the beginning of the year, and then I kind of fell off because I just like got sidetracked with other stuff, and it was hard for me to come up with like ideas and stuff. And like I said, normally I film my TikToks after I film my videos, and I've just been kind of having writer's block on there. Like, I don't really have many ideas to do, and I still do make TikToks, but that's not my main hustle. My main hustle is the video, so I'm still making TikToks and stuff. Then I launched like my backup account, which is going to be for just posting, you know, mainly clips of like my Mariah stuff, you know, getting it out to more people. And also I'm going to post like clips of Mariah interviews that I like, so I'm going to be doing that soon. And so to hit 1,000 followers on both of those platforms separately is good. And, you know, all the cross promoting that goes in between all my platforms, like I was talking about earlier, is just going to help me. And so to grow in that way has been amazing. So I'm so thankful to everyone who supported me, not only on my channel, but on my other social media platforms and stuff. And yeah, like there's new people finding me all the time. And I just really appreciate whenever people tell me they enjoy what I do or enjoy my ideas and stuff like that, because, you know, sometimes you can be very overcritical of yourself, like, oh, who really cares and stuff like that, but people are interested. You know, I really like talking about music with people and making the videos and having my own opinion in that way, and that's why I got into this, because it was an entire thing of I just feel so strongly about the stuff. I just had to, you know, put my, you know, hat in the ring, and so I'm thrilled with it. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for your support on all the social media platforms, especially the main channel. YouTube is always my most important thing and just my creative outlet for real, but I love everything else that I do, of course. Also, the support on this channel, I know I've been lacking on this channel. I hate that I wasn't able to post something for Black History Month. Like, that really sucks. But like I said, I kind of just like got caught up with other things, and in my next video I'll kind of explain more, and I think that will kind of help in everything, like with the Mariah deep dive and like how much work that was for me and everything. That really just explains everything a lot more. So in my next video I'll go into it more. And yeah, just getting busy, but you know, I still do want to make videos on this channel. I still love sharing my creative process, so I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna catch up. It's gonna take me a second, but I will get there. So thank you guys so much for your patience and everything like that. And yeah, it's really been a great year for me, and I'm just thankful for everything. I'll expand more in my next video. That's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give a like down below. It helps me in the line YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can subscribe it down below. I'd really appreciate that. If you hit the bell next to that, you get a notification if when I post and episodes and brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description is going to be my main channel. Definitely subscribe to me over there. Also going to have my Twitter, my Instagram, my Spotify, my TikTok if you guys would like to follow me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.